Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 4, Text 34. Ter alatya yuddhe sarve,
Ter alata yutte sarve
pramatha saha guyakaha,
pramatha sahaguyaka
hanyamana dishobhejur.
Sorry,
hanyam.
Shilpa ji, I think we are on Raja Daksh ke Yajna ka Vidwans, the chapter 5.
Yeah, we finished the Sati
We
Vana
finished
chapter.
this one
Oh,
already.
that's right. Oh, yes, that's right. Thank you so much. That's
Yeah,
right. Thank you.
Hare
Sorry
Krishna.
about that. Sorry about
No, it's
that.
okay.
Chapter 5, Frustration of the Sacrifice of Daksh. Frustration of the Sacrifice of Daksh. 4.5.1. Maitreya Vacha.
Maitre Uvacha.
Vacha
Bhavanya Nidhanam Prajapate.
Bhavo
Bhavo
bhavanya
Bhavanya Nidhanam
nidhanam
Prajapate.
prajapate
Asat Kritkaya Avagamya Narada.
asatkritaya
Asatkritaya
Kritaya
avagamya
Avagamnaradat.
narada
Avagnadat
Swaparshada Sainyam Chatat Adharvararbhubhir.
Satparshada
swaparshada
Sainyam
shainyam
cha tat
chatat
adharva
adharavu
shrabhuvi.
Vidravitam Krodham Aparam Adade.
vidravitam
Vidravitam
krodham
Vidravitam
aparam
Krodham
aparam adhate.
adadade.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Maitreya said, when Lord Shiva heard from Narad that Sati, his wife, was now dead because of Prajapati Daksha's insult to her, and that his soldiers had been driven away by the Ribhu demigods, he became greatly angry. I mean, imagine you get to hear that, that your spouse has killed him or herself. Oh my God, what a terrible situation. Lord Shiva understood that Sati, being the youngest daughter of Daksh, could present the case of Lord Shiva's purity of purpose and would thus be able to mitigate the misunderstanding between Daksha and himself. But such a compromise was not attained, and Sati was deliberately insulted by her father by not being received properly when she visited his house without being invited. Sati herself could have killed her father, Daksh, because she is a personified material energy and has immense power to kill and create within this material universe. So we read earlier also, Srila Prabhupada points this out, that why did Sati decide to kill herself? She wanted nothing to do with the body that she had got from Daksh. So, but she could have killed Daksh instead, but she didn't want to kill Daksh because, otherwise people might say, oh, look, Shiva couldn't kill, and so he told his wife to kill. She is the personification of Krishna's material energy, this material world that we are so attached to, so attracted by, that we are in her charms, we are illusioned by her. The personification is Durga Devi, Parvati, Sati, is the same personality. So she could have very well done it. In the Brahma Samhita, her strength is described. She is capable of creating and dissolving many universes. Sorry, but although she is so powerful, she acts under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, as his shadow. So Krishna, um, the external energy, Durga Devi, she is Krishna's separated energy. So she's always called as Krishna's shadow. She does not personally associate with Krishna. You know how when we are standing, our shadow is separate from us. It belongs to us. It's our shadow, but yet it is separate. It is not us. So that's the relationship between Krishna and the material world. He does not directly associate with the material energy. It would have been it would not have been difficult for Sati to punish her father, but she thought that since she was his daughter, it was not proper for her to kill him. Thus she decided to give up her own body, which she had obtained from his, and Daksh did not even check her. So here another reason is given that she killed herself because she felt, well, Daksh is my father after all, it's not right for me to kill him. So let me kill myself. And then Daksh being so hard-hearted, he didn't stop her. She's gone, changed her clothes. She's sitting there in the yogic position and she's doing this mantras and, all these things. He could have very well stopped her. He had time, but he did not. When Sati passed away, giving up her body, the news was conveyed by Narad to Lord Shiva. Narad always carries the news of such events because he knows their imports. So, many people misunderstand or misrepresent Narad Muni's position. I've seen in movies or sometimes on TV how Narad Muni's personality is misrepresented. He's doing a great service for Krishna. He's a pure devotee of Krishna. But before we understand this, if we are just watching the TV or some movie or something, we may have a wrong understanding of Narad Muni's position. So Narad Muni, because he really understands why these pastimes are happening, and we travel from one country to another, one city to another. Narad Muni travels from one planet to another. Even he can go up to the spiritual world also. Yeah, he's not checked by anyone. When Lord Shiva heard that his chaste wife Sati was dead, he naturally became exceedingly angry. He also understood that Bhrigu Muni had created the Rubhudeva demigods by uttering the mantras of the Yajurveda, and that these demigods had driven away all of his soldiers who were present in the arena of sacrifice. Therefore, he wanted to reply to this insult, and thus he decided to kill Daksh because he was the cause of the death of Sati. So, Lord Shiva is a pure devotee of the Lord. And so he's not saying, oh, anyway, this is the material world, everything is temporary. Let me just do Om Shanti Shanti, let me not do anything. No, no, we cannot be artificially renounced. That, we can't be artificially renounced. That's what Krishna tells to Arjuna also. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna wanted to artificially renounce. He was like, no, never mind. They took away my kingdom. It's okay. I'll go to the forest and live by begging. Krishna said, hey, what you talking about? Get up and you fight and do it for my pleasure. So the devotees, they understand. They are acting all for the pleasure of the Lord. They are not artificially renounced. Here, Lord Shiva is not saying, oh, it's okay, anyway, it's the body. Never mind, we are all we are not the body, we are the soul. No, he's not doing that. He's going to take action. Same Lord Ramachandra, when Ravan kidnapped Mother Sita, he performed his duty as a husband to bring her back. So, text 2. Kruda Suddhastho Sthaputa Saddha Durjatir
Kruta
Sudashta Oshta Putha Sadhu Jati
Jati
Jatam Tadidvani Sato Grarochisam
Jatam
Jatam
Tadidvani
Tadetvahi Sata
Satogra
Ugra
Rochisam
Rochisham
Utkritya Rudraha Sa Sothito Hasan
Ukritya
Udkritya Rudra
Rudra
Sahasa Utthita
Sahasotito Hasan
Hasan
Gambhiranado Visasarjatam Bhuvi
Gambhira
Gambhir Nado Visasarjatam Bhuvi.
Thus, Lord Shiva, being extremely angry, pressed his lips with his teeth and immediately snatched from his head a strand of hair, which blazed like electricity or fire. He stood up at once, laughing like a madman, and dashed the hair to the ground. Tato takaya stanuvasparshandivam
ततो
ततो
अतिकाय
तनुवा
तनुवास्पर्शं दिवम्
Sahasrabahur Trisuryadrik
सहस्रबाहुर्
सहस्रभावो घनरूप
कनरोत्रिसूर्य
त्रिसूर्यदृक्
Karaladamstro Jwalat Agnimurdhajah
करालदंस्तो
करालदंष्ट्रो
ज्वलत्
जल
अग्निमूर्धजः
अग्निमूर्धजः
Palamali Vividhodayatayudah
कपालमाली विविध उद्धत आयुधः
विविधोदयारयताय
A fearful black demon as high as the sky and as bright as three suns combined was thereby created. His teeth very fearful, and the hairs on his head like burning fire. He had thousands of arms equipped with various weapons, and he was garlanded with the heads of men. So Lord Shiva, with his one strand of hair, which he threw on the ground, he has created a fearful black demon. And this demon is wearing a nice necklace. And this necklace is made up of heads of men. We wear necklaces of, garlands. We wear garlands of flowers. Or, yeah, she's wearing a garlands of heads of men. Does anyone remember any other pastime where some personality with a hair on his head, he created a demon?
Oh,
Hmm?
for Amrish Maharaj. I'm
Durvasa
forgetting the
Muni.
name. Durvasa Muni for
Durvasa.
Amrish Maharaj.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Durvasa Muni had done that. With one strand of hair, he created a demon. Tam kim
But I'm just
karoti.
sorry.
Yes,
I just have one
yes,
question that
yes.
why they would create a demon? Like they both are like even Bhrigu Muni was a very, very exalted Brahmana, and even Shivji is. So why did they create a demon? I mean, they could just create a no.
Yeah, I'm not
or,
sure why did
or, or
Brigumuni create the rebus
yeah,
to
and they could
stop
have just
the.
kept themselves, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is like why they would. I mean, I'm just curious. I
it's
mean, this just strike me. That why did they
yeah,
create a demon?
it's true. It's true, like the Sati's bodyguards, they got angry, they were charging. So Brigumuni, to save himself and everyone else, created this
Hmm.
rubus. And then here Lord Shiva is hearing about it, so he's getting angry.
And he also
So it's a
created a
lot of
demon.
anger going on. Huh?
Okay. So they all created demon, right? Yeah, like because they would
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
I don't know. Okay.
yeah.
Brigu
Everyone's
created
angry and creating
demigods.
demons. Hmm?
Brigu created demigods.
Yeah, Brigumun, not
But
Brigumuni.
those demigods, yeah,
Yeah,
but those
Brigu.
demigods were fighting with Sati's.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he created demigods. That's right. The Ribus.
Ribus, yeah.
Even like Durvasa Muni, he also created the demon, though he was so exalted. I'm telling
Yeah,
that. And then
because of his
even,
anger, right? That was her
oh, so
angry.
Shivji also. Oh, so that's why
Now
Shivji
Shivji is
also
also
angry.
angry, so there's a lot of anger
Oh,
going on, right?
so that's why they created the demon, right?
Yeah, because of the
Okay.
anger.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, reading
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
Tam kim karomiti granantam aha
Tam
Tam
kim
kim karomi iti
tam
grahantam
aha
aha
Baddhanjalim Bhagavan Bhutanatha
Vaddha
Baddha Anjalim
Bhagavan
Bhagavan Bhutanath.
Daksham Sayagyam Jahimad Bhatanam
Daksham
Daksham
Sayagyam
Sayagyam Jahimat Bhatanam
Jahimantanam
Tvam Agrani Rudra Bhatam Shakome.
Tvam
Tvam
Agrani
Agrani Rudra Bhat Anshakame.
When that gigantic demon asked with folded hands, "What shall I do, my lord?" Lord Shiva, who's known as Bhutnath, directly opted, "Because you're born from my body, you're the chief of all my associates, therefore kill Daksh and his soldiers at a sacrifice." Here is the beginning of competition between Brahma Tejas and Shiva Tejas. By Brahma Tejas, Brahmanical strength, Bhrigu Muni had created the Ribhu demigods, who had driven away the soldiers of Lord Shiva stationed in that arena. When Lord Shiva heard that his soldiers had been driven away, he created the tall black demon Virabhadra to retaliate. So this demon has a name, Virabhadra. He's called Shiva Tejas. The Brahma Tejas is the Brahmanical strength of Bhrigu Muni, where he created the demigods Ribhus. There is sometimes a competition between the mode of goodness and the mode of ignorance. That is the way of material existence. Even when one is situated in the mode of goodness, there is every possibility that his position will be mixed with or attacked by the mode of passion or ignorance. That is the law of material nature. So what Prabhupada is trying to explain to us that one may be in the mode of goodness, but the other two modes are always there, passion and ignorance. So at any given time, we may be overcome with passion or ignorance, or we may be attacked. That's the reason even the mode of goodness, material goodness, even though it's really good, it's still in the material world. And this is the law of nature. Although pure goodness or Shuddha Sattva is the basic principle in the spiritual world, pure manifestation of goodness is not possible in this material world. Thus, the struggle for existence between different material qualities is always present. So we may wonder why the Brahmana is doing like that. But we have to understand, after all, we are all in the material world. So even though a Brahmana is supposed to have Brahmanical qualities, sometimes they come under the modes of passion or ignorance. That's why it's called the material world. It's not a situation of Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness. This quarrel between Lord Shiva and Bhrigu Muni, centering around Prajapati Daksh, is the practical example of such competition between the different qualitative modes of material nature. So does that become a bit more clearer after we read this purport as to
Yeah,
why? Yeah.
yeah, that's the significance, right?
Yeah, because the modes of nature, we act according to the modes. Even though we are in the mode of goodness, sometimes we act in passion or ignorance, or, that happens. Or we may be in passion, then we may go to goodness, or we may go down to ignorance. Agyapta eva kupitena manyuna
Agyat
Evam
evam kupitena
kupitena
manyuna
sadeva devam prachik parichakrame vibhum.
Sadeva
Sadeva
Devam
devam
Parichakrame
parichakrame
Vibhum
vibhum
Mene tadatmanam asangaram hasa
Mene
Mene tada
Tadatmanam
atmanam
Asangaram
asangaravan
Asa
sa
Mahiyasham tata saha sahishnu.
Mahi
Mahiyasasam tatsaha sahishnunam.
Maitreya continued, "My dear Vidur, the black person was the personified anger of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was prepared to execute the orders of Lord Shiva, thus considering himself capable of coping with any power offered against him. He circumambulated Lord Shiva." So Virabhadra. Virabhadra is here being called as anger personified of Lord Shiva because Lord Shiva was so angry. So Virabhadra is a personification of Lord Shiva's anger. Yeah. Anviyamana Saturudra Parshade
Anviyamana
Anviyamana saturudra parshade
Vrisham Nadbhirvya Nadat Subhairavam.
Vrisham nadadhi vayanadat subhairavam.
Udyamya Shulam Jagat Antakantakam.
Udmaya shulam jagat
Antakant
antakam kantakam.
Sampradravat Goshana Bhushana Grahihi.
Sampradavat ghoshanam bhushanam anghi.
Many other soldiers of Lord Shiva followed the fierce personality in tumultuous uproar. He carried a great trident, fearful enough to kill even death, and on his legs he wore bangles which seemed to roar. So the demon is also wearing ornaments. And he has a trident. Athartvijo yajyamana sadasyaha.
अथ द्विजं यजमान सदस्यः
Kakubhi uddijam prashamikshyarenum.
ककुभिः उद्यचां प्रसमिष्य रेणुम्
Amakimetat kuta etadrajobhut.
Tamakim etat kuta
किमेतद्रज
etarajo
अभूत्
abhu
इति
Iti dvijadvijapatnyascha datyuho.
iti
द्विजा द्विज पत्न्यै च
dvijadvyascha
दद्युः.
At that time, all the persons assembled in the sacrificial arena, the priest, the chief of the sacrificial performances, and the brahmanas and the wives, wondered where the darkness was coming from. Later, they could understand that it was a dust storm, and all of them were full of anxiety. So, this Virabhadra is creating such a darkness around that everyone has gotten so anxious. What's happening? There is purport here, so we'll stop here if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Srimad
Shilpa
Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila
Bhagavatam ki
Prabhupada
jai.
ki jai, Gaur Bhakta
Jai.
Vrinda ki jai, Hare
Jai.
Krishna. So that's the reason we are
Hare
advised to
Krishna.
get out of the material world, because we may come to the platform of the mode of goodness. We may reach to the Brahmanical platform, but yet there is always a danger that we may go down to passion or even ignorance. And that's the reason we are always advised to transcend the modes, go back home, back to Godhead, go to the spiritual world. Spiritual world, there is no passion and ignorance or ordinary goodness. Spiritual world is on the platform of pure goodness. Always the mode of goodness, pure goodness is there, not tinged with any other material modes. So Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta-vrinda ki jai, Hare
Jai.
Krishna. And we
Hare
simply we
Krishna.
continue to hear and chant, hear Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, chant Hare Krishna mantra, and we can gradually go back home, back to Godhead. Hari Bol.